All right, everybody. Welcome back. Hour 3 of Bloodlust. So, was there any other conversation you guys wanted to have while in the apartment, while in Varys's apartment? Questions? Because you kind of just took the job at face value. No questions asked. Do you guys want to ask questions, or do you guys just trust Varys and, like, this is good, this is fine? All right, I assume that means everybody is good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So the night will end relatively uneventfully. Do you, that night, Varys, contact St. Clair and said they're all in, or do you wait a night or two, or you just, like, let him know as soon as you do?
I will send him a message saying all in,
Okay.
but at the same time, I'm going to send a message to an old friend of mine.
Sure.
Just being like, what's up?
Absolutely. Friend in the old place you used to work, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Just send
no problem.
a quick message that says, what's up?
Absolutely, no problem. It's late. They might not be awake, but for now, you send a message to somebody you used to work with. So you say all in to him, and he doesn't get back to you that night. Actually, a couple nights before something you're getting rather used to happens. You had another knock on your door.
This time I open the door, but I don't stand there. I literally just open it and walk back across the room to wherever I was. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was my computer, whatever it is.
And you're ambushed by a... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, you open the door, and there is a gentleman in a suit, as there tends to be. He ushers you downstairs. Same thing as last time.
I didn't intend to just walk downstairs.
Oh, okay.
I actually went back across and was doing something else. I expected him to come in.
Oh, he actually stays on the outside of the door and says, Mr. Sinclair would like to see you.
What about everybody else?
Just you.
All right, let me get my things. And I'll go and I grab them. Same as before.
Yep. And it's the same thing as last time. Limo, 2 cars flank each side of it, and they usher you to the limo. And as always, Mr. St. Clair is there, offers you a glass of wine as he did last time. Do you decline?
Out of game, words were said. In game, he has high wits, but I don't think he would think of this because he has zero occult or politics. Mm-hmm. So I think he would just assume it's wine, and he's not just going to drink wine because it hurts his belly.
Okay.
So
you decline. He shrugs as he did last time. And he's like, I figured as much. Puts the wine down. And he says, so, all 4. I'm glad to hear it. All right. Well, on that, I want to give you all the information you need, where you can find this lovely fellow. You can attempt the job at your leisure, but I'd like it done before the end of the week if that would be possible. I know that's asking a lot. Only gives you about 4 days, but I'm hoping you can accomplish it in 4 days. Alex is currently being held in a rather nice building owned by a man named Michael Dubiard. Michael Dubiard is the friend that I owed the favor to. Are you just like taking all the notes and stuff, I'm assuming? That's fine.
Yep. I just like write M. Dubiard.
Mr. Dubiard is no fool. He knows Alex's information. What he knows is valuable to anybody within Chicago that would know such information exists. So he's being kept rather safe, has been being kept rather safe since his return. And when I say rather safe, I mean isn't really allowed out all that often. And if he is, he's guarded by some people. He's being currently held in a building being guarded by some... Because he knows things.
Why was he released from your hold?
I didn't have hold. My favor to him, which I enlisted the 4 of you to do, was go rescue him. And then I returned him back. Now I want him dead. Mr. Dubiard is being held in a building, and he actually gives you an address. It's a rather old house on the outskirts of Chicago. And it is quite notably owned by Mr. Dubiard, because Mr. Dubiard has a lot of friends in low places. It's being guarded by some thugs, more or less. Human, mortal thugs that could be served as food, but they're going to be armed, and they're going to be dangerous. I don't expect any kindred to be there for the next few nights. This is not a haven of any of our kind. This is just a place to keep Alex tentatively. As Mr. Dubiard is a man with a lot of wealth, he owns quite a few buildings throughout the city. This is just one let's just call it what it is. It's kind of a fancy prison for our friend here. It's as simple as walking in, killing him, and walking out. How you go about it, what you plan on doing is up to you. But just know it will be guarded by a bunch of mortal thugs.
Dubiard is kindred as well.
He is.
How much access do I have, and where can I find the information about him?
Your access and information about Dubiard is going to come directly from me. He's around equal with me within the eyes of kindred society. And like me, he is also a Ventru, which would explain his wealth. What do you want to know about Mr. Dubiard? And how do you think it's going to help you?
So everybody that works there is directly on his payroll because he's independently wealthy and has the ability to manipulate them otherwise.
If you're speaking about the guards of the house, I'm assuming, yes, correct.
This location, you're going to give me the address. I can do the search from there. Any books that can be opened? Any files I can potentially pour through to see if there's something I might find useful?
Specifically, Scott, what are you looking for?
Just information about Dubiard that my character with an appropriate check might be able to find something noteworthy beyond just he's a wealthy Ventru that has guards and he keeps this guy prisoner because he's probably his ghoul.
As far as what you're looking for, Mr. St. Clair will give you one other bit of information. But outside of that, he's like, no, nothing really. He doesn't lead outside of what most kindred lead as far as a private life. Mr. Dubiard is also part of the Lancia Sanctum.
Is he?
Yes.
All right.
So I would expect religious clutter maybe within the house. But he actually looks to you. He's like, does that not interest you? Think about it. Why would Mr.
Religious clutter?
Why would Mr. Varys, you're not the Nosferatu, so I don't expect you to start putting things together as easily. Mr. Dubiard is a member of the Lancia Sanctum. Mm-hmm. Where was Alex being held?
I got that.
So the question I have, and one that I'm looking into, and maybe one that you should be raising yourself, why would the Lancia Sanctum kidnap their own?
Don't know yet. That's what I'm going to find out.
If you do find out, that would be a miracle. But as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not part of the Lancia Sanctum, I don't give a shit what they do, kill him. That's all I ask.
The information that he has, aren't you concerned that it's already been given? Or are you just afraid it's going to go further?
You're not my only employee, Varys. I have been concerned about that for a while, and I have people looking into that for me. This is not... You're a different sort of tool at my disposal, Varys. Not many do I have that have the skill sets of you, nor not many have a group that they can tackle this with. You'd be sort of surprised how many young coteries fall apart so quickly in their first days of independence, so willing to stab each other in the back to gain what modicum amount of power they may hold.
It's all ego, that's why.
Agreed. Other than that, the house is well guarded. It's in a nice little neighborhood. Quiet neighborhood. So any noise you make, outside of maybe some typical rumblings, might...
I won't be making any noise. Don't you worry about the others either.
Good. Anything else?
Yeah. Is there a preferred way other than them just not knowing it was you?
I would prefer it was not by gunshot. Though if it comes down to that, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Okay. You could... It depends on how devious you are. You can make it look like a kidnapping. Perhaps they'll be looking for him for weeks and never find him.
So I have
free reign,
liberties,
of course. Again, I'm a simple man, Varys. I ask you one thing: he dies.
What about the rest?
Well, the rest is up to you. I would, the more bodies pile up, the more suspicious the whole thing looks, and the more resources I have to dedicate from my own personal resources to clean up.
I was afraid that it would be the other way around. The less bodies that pile up, the only one that's actually taken down is him. That's a clear precision hit.
Or it's a precision hit, and they're not as good guards as they like to believe. Or maybe one of the guards did it themselves, or the guards are working together, and there's some chaos and turmoil within their ranks. I don't care.
All right. Well, I understand. You gave me the address. You gave me, obviously, it's Alex, the name of the person that runs the place, and the kind of guarding that's going around there. Is there anything else that you might know? For instance, does the house run on its own server, or is he otherwise connected to the internet?
He is not on the internet. At least I wouldn't think he would be.
Well, I mean, he has to have some sort of connection. There's no question there.
He has his phone.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Like, is this, you said he's of equal ranking as you, but is he old school or is he new world?
He's whatever is the most profitable. And right now it's more, I guess things are a little bit more old school than they used to be. So for now, he's a little bit more old school. However, okay, if the information has gotten out, which I have not found out yet, it's also very possible that there are others looking for him. So I hope, and I would suspect you'll be alone. But if he's already been kidnapped or taken or otherwise, I'll make sure I let you know. But as far as I know, he's still in that house, being closely watched.
Okay. I think that's everything that I need.
And we're done here then?
Yeah. No. I'm doing this because you're testing me. I get that. And I'm willing to do what needs to be done. I came to you. I'm not an idiot. However, I also don't intend to just be a hitman for these disgusting creatures.
Varys, there's something you're going to need to learn within this new life of yours. Not everything is as cut and dry as it looks on the surface. Am I sending you to be a hitman? Of course I'm sending you to be a hitman. I want this man dead.
Yes, I get it. You're plugging a hole, and it's a rivalry. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean,
also sending you with your friends because I'd like to know if all four of you are trustworthy and if any one of them is going to stop what's going to take place. And I give you this information because maybe if any of them are being combative, you can talk them down.
All right.
Things are changing, Varys. Gears are in motion. Do you want to be a cog in the machine, or do you want to be a rock that gets thrown in it to fuck everything up?
I just want to make sure you know that there's more than just a sword in my hand. And I'll actually say that as I'm like reaching to pull up my cell phone and grabbing for the door handle at the same time. Like, kind of like grabbing my cell phone out and then going for the door and sending a text to them saying, we just spoke.
Yeah.
Again, group text the other two.
Yep, no problem. So as you do that, he'll knock on the window and the card kind of just pulls up. And he's like, it's final season, Varys. I expect a passing grade.
Never failed a test. Slam the door behind me as I walk away.
Okay. Done. So he gives you the address. And as you plug it in, it is like in a nice suburban area on the outskirts, north side of town of Chicago. And if you like do a Google World, I'm assuming that's something you've done. You like zoom in on the Google map. It's probably like an older house, you know, early 1900s. Middle...
I mean, more than just that, obviously, like because you do Google Earth, you can see the 3D image, but it's not as good as in city or whatever. So anyways, I would also do other things too, like I said before, like check out Zillow and all those other marketing lines, find out what information's there, see if there's any interior pictures. If it's an old, beautiful house, it's probably on the what's the word I'm talking about here, like historic societies.
Yeah.
Of it. try to look up like tunnels for like if it's connected to a sewer system. I imagine it is. If it's older, what kind of stuff goes to it? Like literally run the gambit of anything going to and from that place.
Okay, no problem. We'll say you spend a night doing that, maybe the following night. Do you want to get the 4 of them, or the rest of this night, maybe even? Do you want to get the 4, like all 4 together and be like, okay, here's what we have, or do you want to wait till you have whatever you have as information?
I'm gonna wait until the next day before I bother them. I'll see Emmy tonight because we live together.
Yes, of course.
I'll also check. I'm also gonna text to Jimmy specifically after like a side text and say, you got one of them shitholes near, and I'll send that address. I'll send the address to him.
Mm-hmm.
And just see how close he can get us to there with his many properties.
Yeah, absolutely, because you got so many points in Haven collectively. You easily can get like a shitty kind of abandoned little shack of a home, maybe like 10 blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, you know that. When he sends you that text, it's like, you've been there before. When shit gets too hot in the city, Moonbow has specifically suggested, hey, it's not a bad idea to get something a little bit further away. Shit can get hot from once in a while. So you have one. You have a shitty shack not too far. Sometimes it has a homeless squatter that kind of spends a few nights into it. But for you, hey, free food. So it doesn't bother you that much. But yeah, yep, absolutely, Jimmy does.
Cool.
So as far as information, as far as you can gather that there's a front door and a back door, and the back door is like got a beautiful porch. It is connected to a sewer system. And it has access to the sewers underneath. There's a manhole cover not too far from the house on that street, actually. Other than that, it's 2 floors, and it's got those gorgeous, kind of nice big windows running all alongside of them. No like fire escape per se, like you saw in the other building before. And trying to think what else would be useful information to have. It's a brick house.
Well, it is. They do have computers there, right?
You don't know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. Is there any form of electronic device there? Trying to figure that out.
Yeah. So other than the fact that he has a cell phone, I'm trying to think how you would find that out.
I would use my contacts.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so
like I said a few days ago, whatever it was, I sent him the text. I said, "What's up?"
Yep. So actually, we'll say that night or the night before your meeting, rather, he gets back to you and says, like, "Oh my, no, what's up there? It's a long time, no see or whatever." This guy that you're speaking to, his name is Gregory, and he's kind of like,
does he collect birds? Is he like one of those avian sanctuary kind of people?
Huge fan of birds. He's like a bird watcher.
Has like a farm of pigeons.
Yep, absolutely.
He's got this like one really majestic eagle, like a very large eagle.
Yeah. Maybe like half work size. Anyway, this guy, as far as what other than being relatively friendly with him, he is like the nerdy IT guy that you would find pretty much in any crime drama TV show. The dude who surrounds himself with computers at like the FBI station and just constantly connected as best he can. He's your, he is, to the best of your knowledge, kind of like a hacker, I guess, without going too cliche, but it's pretty cliche. I'm assuming you reach out to him when you have this information to find out if he can find out anything about the house address.
Yeah, just say more or less, can you run the gambit on this address, seeing if there's any holes?
He responds, yeah, might take me a night, but why?
You haven't seen me around in a while, have you?
LOL.
Work's gotten weird, but still work.
He just says, "Okay, give me a night," and then the computer emoji at the end of it.
Okay, awesome,
cool. So we shift to the next night. He gets back to you. He says, "Far as I can tell, one machine runs connected to the internet in there."
Okay. Webcam?
No.
Laptop. Browser history.
YouTube. Twitch.
Any bank accounts, any like again, the typical. I'm trying to to find out what I can about this person.
He's like, for that kind of information, we're gonna need a few more nights. But they're typical like surface level information. Nothing weird, nothing suspicious. Active hours seem to be mostly between midnight and like 5 a.m.
So search patterns suggest it's the same user constantly.
From what it looks like.
What kind of YouTube and Twitch and whatnot do they watch?
YouTube, a lot of cat videos.
Cat videos.
Twitch, whole lot of Dota 2 professional stuff. They like Dota 2.
Stream or play?
Stream. Well, they're watching it on Twitch.
No, they're watching the stream. They're not playing.
They're not playing. They're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would want to watch that. The game's like 60 years old.
He says, "Hey, I like that game."
It was a jab at the nerd. Keep me posted. Thanks.
Sure.
And then kind of obviously grabbing the group together to talk to them and see what we can find out.
He's like, my favorite YouTuber is this guy, Mathas Games. I don't know if you've seen him. He's got good stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Are you fucking serious?
No.
No, I mean that he just seriously had that
Oh,
shirt on.
yeah, he has that dumb
at the
shirt.
right time. Like, what the?
What?
So dumb. Okay, cool.
I love watching Mathas play Zomboid. Let's leave me alone.
That's your favorite series in the world. All right. What's your plan from here? Do you just plan on getting to the other three?
Yeah, getting the other three of them to come over.
Okay. I'm assuming the three of you, for the most part, don't fight it. Maybe Callie throws a I don't want to be there, but she knows she's gonna be part of the job kind of thing. So
what I'll do is, as they're heading over or whatever, I'm going to whatever files of information I've gotten, I'm going to kind of zip or compress them.
Okay.
And literally as they're arriving at the house, I will forward in an email or SMS or whatever it is, them the file of information. However, I would have printed the information, neatly printed, stacked, paper clipped, and everything, the information for Callie, because I mean,
that's adorable. Look at that. You're thinking of her. That's so cute. Okay.
So when they come
he
in,
eats it and the paper clip.
when they come in the bathroom, inside the medicine cabinet, right in front of where my favorite hair gel is literally sitting there.
That's hilarious.
She doesn't mess in she fucks about in the kitchen this time, actually. She doesn't go back in the bathroom.
You know what? I would not have guessed that that's what she was going to do. I don't have that good of a...
She goes to anywhere where she can be alone in your home.
I have a high wits and I do have a rank in empathy. What would the difficulty be to guess where I think she might go next?
Not very much. Well, it's a chaos thing. You just have to roll a dice.
Yeah, roll away.
I'm gonna roll it.
That's what she's doing. So she doesn't know. But, all right. Let's roll something versus something. Let's go.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's do it. What?
I don't know what you're gonna roll against that.
I'm imagining this as the night before. I don't know if Varys could get some help from Emmy with this, but I'm imagining the night before he's doing stuff and Emmy's watching TV and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like preparing the house for Cal. And then he's trying to figure out where she would be next and I don't know.
I did resolve an investigation.
There you go.
That is just
You guess successfully, Varys. You guess successfully.
Yeah, you totally know where I'm gonna go.
Okay. Awesome.
You probably put multiple ones up there just in case I happen to be in your pantry. Guess what I am?
Yeah.
I am judging this weird can of garbanzo beans that you have.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah, but you can't eat them anymore, so what the fuck are you doing?
No,
I'm just looking at this, and they're right on top, and I'm like, oh, fuck this guy.
You don't get, I get this killer hummus recipe, and I'm just waiting for the moment that I could bust it out. You know
With some blood in? What are you doing?
There you go. Instead of roasted red pepper hummus, I'll make roasted
flesh.
Yeah, do you gotta do?
I love it. I love everything's great.
With the blood kill.
John is flipping out. I have no idea what John's doing over there. He's got hands with no garbanzo beans, no hummus. All right, I'm all up in your. I'm because you don't stop me. I just poke around in your business. That's what I do, just to annoy you and/or because I'm so bored that I'm what does Drano taste like? I would like to know.
Accidentally stumbles across the paperwork. Oh, what are these papers? well, this is interesting. Like, ah, shit, I learned what he wanted me to learn. Damn it. So anyways, when they come in and she goes off and does her thing and they sit down, I'll be like, you guys get the file? It's probably way more homework than either of them were ever expecting to read coming into this. Like,
I can't even imagine Jimmy opening the zip file.
Doesn't.
No, I think
Emmy's read all of it.
How many pages and go, nope.
Yeah, Emmy reads it all. That makes sense. Jimmy doesn't even open the damn thing. Doesn't make sense. Callie reads it because it seems interesting, then realizes she's been bamboozled.
I'd be like, so we got to go there. And we got to get, I mean, I was trying to find out how many guards they usually have on duty and whatnot, but the satellite, the image it takes just to see where if there's somebody usually posted somewhere, there's always like a tree or something right in the way. I got nothing. I try to connect onto their internet, try to see if I can tap onto cameras, but if they do have cameras, it's going to be a closed circuit, so I couldn't get in. Pretty much every way that I tried to find out how many guards there are, where those guards are, how many are on payroll, things like that, all that information, I couldn't get anything of it. Literally,
Where does this guy live?
Show it's like I'll say the address. And I'd be
It's
like,
in the thing. Okay.
yeah. I'd be like, it literally comes down to whoever the Ventru is. He is young enough, at least that he enjoys cat YouTube VODs.
Oh, I
and
like those.
Watching Dota on Twitch. So I mean, the guy has an interesting taste, or he has somebody currently staying there with an interesting taste.
Wait. Watching what? On what?
YouTube? Cat VODs.
Oh, I know what YouTube is.
Watching cat VOD. Like a video on demand?
Okay. Like a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, let me show you.
And Emmy like leans over and she like shows you a video.
Next 4 hours of cat
I know what
videos.
YouTube is, but
It's literally what is it, thumb bait the entire time.
You know what? Legitimately, like Cal
Thumb
is
bait.
actually a bit excited about this. So like for the first time, she's like, "Huh." So she's like kind of just perched. And if you guys are watching cat videos, she's like kind of like, "Oh."
Oh, and then I'm like,
Oh, Callie, you'll love this one. It's not cats, but I think you'll like it.
and she
Okay.
brings up the video and it's like these little mice eating adorable foods, like tiny little mini foods.
She kind of she's feeling it. She's like, "Holy shit!" Like,
Oh, God, they're taking a while. I go and I grab 2 cans of PBR and a can of Alpo, and I put them in front of them, like respectively.
And so at this point, Jimmy and Varys are sitting in front of a laptop, and Jimmy's like, "So, people play video games, and then other people watch the people play the video games."
Jimmy is that guy. Jimmy
Listen,
is that guy.
Jimmy, I know it's weird because like, why wouldn't you play the video game yourself? But there's something way worse that I won't lie, I am kind of into. Here, watch this. And I click over and I'm like, twitch.tv/Lost Initiative Show. Click, like, check out these fucking nerds. I'm like, I know it's sad. But you have to understand.
Nika
Like,
just leaves. She's like, peace.
What is this, fucking Shakespeare in the Park? Like, what the fuck?
well, yeah, you have to. I mean, it's one of those like I could never get a group together. I mean, the people that I could hang out with from work, they were people that you just don't want to hang out with from work. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
My head is
You're-
exploding.
He watches
This is
this
meta.
one. He watches
You're
this
a
one.
nerd.
It plays every Thursday at 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. PDT.
No, but you're
We're
a
in
nerd
Chicago.
and a cop.
Yeah.
Callie's trying to
Wait,
eat
we are
the
Chicago,
garbanzo
so
beans
that's 6.
without opening the can.
So it
You
would be 4
realize,
p.m.
you realize I never actually worked for like a city. I've only ever worked for the federal government. Like I was a soldier, and then I went straight to working for a different branch of federal oversight, and I'll just kind of leave it at that.
You're a cop. Okay, so
Like
So-
I never had an officer's badge. I would work for one of there's TV shows about the places where I used to work.
I mean, I've seen Hawaii 5-0.
I was a cop. I was a cop, Jimmy. I was a cop.
Got it. Gotcha.
That's what I did.
Can't get out of it. I know it.
That's what happened. All right. So moving on.
Good fucking Lord. Okay. So.
Mathis is like, oh no, where have they taken my world?
No, it's fine. I started it. It's my own damn fault. Do you guys plan an assault? When do you plan on leaving? What are you looking to do here? Just drive up in one car, park a few blocks away, spend a night at the hut that Jimmy has, and plan there? Yeah? All right. We'll say yeah, that's it.
I was eating a cracker. I'm sorry.
We should go there tonight. Get the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nearby.
So let's talk plan for a second here. Let's say I agree we should go there today to get some information.
Yeah.
And try not to act today. But let's say we do have to act today, tomorrow, or otherwise. I honestly think that it's a good idea for me to scout around because I can get places where you guys can't necessarily. But beyond that, I really think Emmy should take point. Because
Cal
if
gives
you guys,
you a look.
I can get places where you guys can't necessarily go because I'm wicked good at hiding myself. So, but I think Emmy should take point beyond that. And the reason why I say Emmy is because if anybody sees you guys, she could maybe make them friends with you guys. You know, I mean, I understand the two of you could rip their limbs off, but we're not here to kill just anybody. It's just one guy.
I do have one question. Sorry, out of everything, we're going up to this place, this cabin, and knowing Cal and everything, like from an external perspective, what is the Alex is in a house?
He is in a house in a nice suburban area.
A house in a nice suburban area.
2 floors,
Okay.
et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
But it was described to Varys as an elaborate prison for one man, more or less.
Okay. And we're going over there tonight?
We're gonna go look around.
Jimmy
We're not gonna
has-
go walking in.
Jimmy has a shack haven about 10 blocks from that house. So from my understanding, you guys are going to go
That's
to
great.
that. You guys are going to go to the haven, and then the first night, you guys are kind of just, like you said, scout it out and
Okay.
gather some information.
Yeah, that's all I do. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm already like in the car.
Waiting.
I'm like,
Wait,
fucking let's go.
I have
I'll
ideas
fight
now.
it.
But
I'll
I
fight
think I
it.
know how
whose
many
car
have.
did you pick?
Yours.
This
You know
shit-
where you live.
That's true. All right.
I think Jimmy's like slightly surprised when Cal is in his car. He's like,
Yeah, because all the time, every other time, you've always driven with Varys.
In
No,
the
I've
trunk.
always ridden with, but
Yeah.
I know where to go.
So because she kind of was just
I'm
like,
just saying that's why he'd be surprised.
she's more or less like, yeah, I get the point, and like goes downstairs to start like, you know, biting the bacteria from underneath the dead hand's fingernails, waiting in the car. So,
Do I still have my
I was,
arm by the
I
way?
was waiting for you to mention the fact that you wanted to pull it out at some point.
Is it dust?
It
don't-
is dust.
oh, come on.
That
Too
only
soon, man.
means, all right, Mathis, I'm going to warn you that at some point when I have enough occult in order to bring an arm back to be my servant, that I will rip another arm from a kindred and make it mine.
Can I just be honest with
You started this.
I'm more surprised that you're gonna wait until you know how before you rip another arm off. I just figured
I
you were
like
just,
arms quite a bit, but like I prefer to use them for good reason. In the same way that I'm not like, you know, like
yeah. All right.
she's resourceful. She only has so many boob space. Like
That's
there's
true.
only so much that goes in here.
That's very true.
An entire arm is a lot. But yeah, my arm scarf is
Time to get a boob job.
Don't I already? I have like books and stuff in here. I have
Right?
these.
She
It's a
doesn't
lot
need
going
anything
on.
else. She's just
Ooh,
stuffing her bra
books.
with books
I
and
don't
stuff.
think that worked. That's a really awkward boob.
Okay. So we'll now.
He's like, okay, moving on.
Yeah. Because we're coming up in the last hour, and I want the last hour to be obviously like the
Let's
the
do this.
assault.
I'm in the car. I'm in
Okay,
the car.
so you all get to the shack more or less, and like I said, it's a relatively abandoned house. A little bit of overgrown grass. It's like 10 blocks out, and when you go in, there is evidence that there was clearly somebody like holing up here recently, but there's nobody here right now. There's trash everywhere, rundown furniture. It's your typical abandoned building that has been condemned, more or less. There's no, because Jimmy doesn't need to sleep in anything specific. There's no bed or anything, because Jimmy just kind of melts into the floor. The three of you will need to kind of figure out your own thing. Callie, there is a sewer system that runs around here. I assume you probably end up spending the nights in the sewers. So it's more Varys and Emmy who are accustomed.
I brought a sleeping bag. And,
God, please tell me it's like an adorable, like,
it's
Pikachu.
an adorable sleeping bag.
Hello, Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking My Little Pony. Like My Little Pony.
Oh, total. No. I was thinking.
Varys is not a brony. Let's be clear.
Oh wait. Disney. You going?
No,
Disney?
I was thinking.
Moana?
What's the girl? No, you guys. What's the?
Yeah.
Well, I guess if we want to go the year of this year, it'd probably be something like Elsa. But I was thinking.
That's like 3 years ago.
The Rainbow Twilight, or what's her name? Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Dash?
No, Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Bright is coming back. Rainbow Bright's back.
I don't think so, but it should be.
It is in this world. Why not?
Like Strawberry Shortcake came back for like a short while, but I don't think Rainbow Bright came back. So that would be like a vintage ass like thing. I'm with you, girl. Like I want Rainbow Bright as much as anything.
Somebody said Zootopia, and I don't know. I think her with the little bunny cop, like Mrs. Hops or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah,
that's
She
pretty
would have
funny.
that as a toy.
Especially since Varys is her older brother.
have a
and he's
Liam.
cop.
I Frozen. Frozen, Disney.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be like an Elsa thing.
Is it
I think
Elsa
it- I
and
think it would be
Anna or
Elsa.
just Elsa?
Probably just Elsa.
Because they always have that back-to-back thing going on.
Yeah.
Good
I can see
Lord,
that.
that there's even this conversation that's happening.
You know, I have an almost 2-year-old daughter.
I know.
Mathis is like trying
That
to
is
be
why
like.
Delric immediately yelled Moana.
I know. No, don't let Scott
Moana's
lie.
amazing.
Don't let Scott lie to you and say he watched Moana for his daughter. Let's be honest. This
Okay,
is the man.
okay.
This is the man who.
That's why I said he
This is the
yelled
man
it.
who, on his own, watched
yelled it for
Pitch
himself.
Perfect over and over and over again.
It's only been like 49 times, 59 times, okay? It's a great movie. Pitch Perfect, okay?
I'm just
Don't make
saying.
me pitch slap you, okay?
But before you said like that Moana is like kind of like the child's thing. It's not like
not.
I think more adults were into
He
Moana.
wasn't saying it's a child's thing. It is just Delric's favorite. That's why I
Yes.
said
Oh,
he
it's
was
so
yelling.
good.
Yeah.
Moana's so fucking good. But like
Not my favorite princess, but definitely my favorite Disney movie.
Oh yeah, but like I don't think they merchandised well enough for like this 9-year-old kid to like have a Moana sleeping bag.
If you want to talk about merchandising of Moana, we can get into a conversation about this. This is a sore spot in my house, okay? Because it's been awful. It's been horrible all year. And they already pulled them off the shelves for some new show that's not even out yet. when they
Shopkins.
put them on the shelf.
Fuck Shopkins.
Let's change
Okay.
this.
Shopkins suddenly sponsored this cast. Yeah.
If you look at-
Mathis is just in chat going, Comcast, please. This is the time
He's
now.
like,
If ever.
John
Want
Barnes
to kill
now.
the show. No, please.
Okay,
We're talking about consumerism. This has gone way off.
Listen, I'm living in like my favorite point where Star Wars is popular again and Star Wars is everywhere. So I'm not complaining about merchandising and capitalism.
Oh, is she in the Tauntaun sleeping bag that she can get from ThinkGeek?
If that's if she wants it. If that's what she wants.
That would be the coolest kid ever.
That
She's
would
like
be.
9 and as cute like Lolita everything, but she's like, I sleep in a Tauntaun, and we're all like, we believe you.
I can imagine.
Zip the belly.
Yeah, you unzip it from the belly. I imagine Emmy basically unrolls this adorable sleeping bag in the basement where the windows are boarded and kind of relatively taken care of, amongst like broken glass and needles and all this other garbage that's lying around. And she's just like, meow, sets it up.
Hey. We sweep up the needles.
All right, well, I appreciate that. There is a needle down there from whoever was here last time you were, and you haven't
You know,
been here.
fucking animal.
Yeah. I'm gonna look around, and it's not that bad. I mean, they don't even sweep up the needles at Revere Beach. You know what I mean? Like,
Good God.
not bad, not bad.
So the you all plan on scouting it tonight. What is your attack plan here? How do you plan on scouting it? Who plans on doing what?
If there's any vampires or anything like that. So if there's a way for me to like use my
The only
or
way.
perception and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Auspex, you have to see the person, and then you have to focus on them and use the power. again, this house is it's not alone. It's next to other houses. It's in a neighborhood. It's in a nice neighborhood. What do the four of you plan on doing? Walking up to the house and knocking on the door?
Hanging out with raccoons.
I want
to make friends with raccoons.
That's fine.
I want to obfuscate and walk around. I know Emmy was going to go and check out the guards. I would suggest to Callie to go to the sewers and see if she can find out any information from like the schematics that I pulled up and printed out for her. Any information around that building that we can find useful. Maybe they have a grate that comes up into the house because of a what's the word that I'm looking for when like the city has a legal permission to have shit on your house, your property. It'll come to me later on. And I'll say, you know, Jimmy, go loiter. Like, these are suggestions. I do not give orders by any, I don't even pretend to give orders.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I do that, but also I'm just hanging out in dumpsters, like waiting for like the local fauna to be my pals.
We're going to be making animal kin and all that stuff check.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to talk to possums or raccoons or anything else around.
Okay. Varys is going to go invisible and go up to the house and do like a walk around the house, I assume, Scott. That's the plan for you. Emmy is going to just walk kind of, I'm assuming, down the sidewalk and see if she can catch.
Well, I think I'll
Anybody
probably like hide and like use my senses, like increase my hearing, maybe.
Okay, sure.
Maybe first my vision to see if I can see anybody, and if I can, maybe doing aura perception, and then maybe listening in to see how many voices I can hear inside.
Okay.
And then, well, actually, I'll do the hearing thing first, because if I can kind of decipher how many people I hear, then it might help me.
And Jimmy, what is your plan?
I'm gonna go for a jog.
Okay. Past the house?
Sure.
Yeah. He's just like, hey, it's convenient. Why not? All right, cool. So we will do all of that when we get back. We're gonna take our last break for the night, last hour to go, and we'll begin the assault on the house, as it were.
I don't want it to end.
So 1 more hour, guys. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere.
I'm going to cosplay as Mathas and then